Good afternoon to everybody. Myself, Jagdevappa, Assistant Professor of Psychology, Government First Grade College, Tiptur, Tumkur District. So, we are discussing the first year BA second sem psychology subject of Tumkur University, a content develop. So, in this paper, in first unit called motivation, concept of motivation, already we have discussed in this unit so many sessions, so many concepts, sub concepts also, like meaning and definition of motivation, homeostasis, motivation cycle, types of motivation, physiological motives called hunger, thirst, social motives, achievement motivation, power affiliation motives. All these concepts we discussed. So on the basis of continually we are discussing about theories of motivation. Theories of motivation. What are the theories? What are the contributions of the psychologist given to motivation concept? So, today we are discussing the theories of motivation. Theories of motivation. So, theories of motivation, objective and outcomes of these theories. To understand the theories, what are theories are there? Motivational theory is the objective and outcomes of this concept. So next we are look into theories. What is the concept? What is the theories? Theories of motivation. Theories of motivation means what motives human behavior is not a simple question. Psychologists have tried to explain the process and mechanisms of motivation in a number of ways. So, we shall now discuss some of the main viewpoints of this psychologists or thinkers. There are so many types, but here we are discussing what are the theories are there. There are 4 theory here. First one is drive reduction approach. Next, instinct approach, incentive approach, humanistic approach by Abraham Maslow. Abraham Maslow. So now in this session we are discussing only theories. What are the theories and instinct, incentive? What are the theories? Like instinct and incentive. So the motivation the instinct theory of motivation was one of the first theories in psychology to describe why humans are driven to certain behaviors. The term instinct dates back to the 1870s, an inherited tendency of an organism or species to behave in a certain way that is usually a reaction to something in the environment and that fulfills a basic need. For example, a behavior that are the result of instinct include nest building in birds, spawning in fish, spawning in fish, and food gathering in instincts, insects, instincts. So here the oldest explanation for how and why we behave in specific manner in a specific situation is given by the theory of instinct. Although it was William James who for the first time brought out the concept of instinct to explain behavior, the credit for developing it into a full-fledged theory must be given to William McDougall. William McDougall. According to William McDougall, or according to instinct theory, this theory, our instincts are the springboards of our behavior, springboards of our behavior. These instincts are innate tendencies are inherited psychological disposition, or even the complex patterns of behavior that lead to some purposive actions, and they do not have to be learned, emphasizing these views given by McDougall. These views given by McDougall. That's why we called the McDougall is instincts theory. We are called McDougall instincts theory. So it means the human mind has certain innate or inherited tendency which are the essential spring or motive power of all thoughts and actions, whether individual or collective, and are the basis from which the character and will of individuals and nations are gradually developed under the guidance of intellectual faculties. Therefore, McDougall observes all human behavior can be explained on the basis of some instinct or the other. McDougall provided a list of 14 instincts and proposed that each instinct is accompanied by a specific emotional disposition, affective experience. The instincts of escape, for example, is accompanied disposition means affective experiences. The instincts of escape, for example, as accompanied by the emotion of fear, the instincts of combat with pregnancy, by anger, the instincts of repulsion, by the emotion of disgust, and so on. He further claimed that all behavior acts are essential instinct, and this instinctive behavior is found to the following three aspects. Mainly three aspects. First one is cognition, means knowing what we knowing. Next, affection means feeling or expressing an emotion, experiencing an emotion. Next, conation. Conation means doing or striving. So, in these three, we know, for example, when a child sees a ball coming towards him, he practices an instinctive behavior by passing through the above mentioned aspect or cycles. First, he sees the ball. Second, he experiences an emotion of fear. And third one is he tries to run away. Thus, according to McDougall, what we do and how we do it can all be explained through our instinctive behavior, which is governed by our instincts accompanied by our emotional experience. The theory of instincts proposed by McDougall has been a subject great controversy and criticism by later psychologists on the following grounds. First, since the theory maintains that a behavioral act springs from an instinct, the psychologists believe in this theory began to compile a list of instincts for explaining the countless behavior acts of human beings. Interestingly, psychological literature was flooded with more than 14,000 instincts by the end of 1924. This created a lot of confusion, and the failure to find a limited number of instincts to account for all human behavior became the subject of great controversy. Moreover, it was established that all human behavior cannot be termed instinctive, as most human actions are learned and acquired through interaction with one's environment. So, this research by sociologists and anthropologists have emphasized that man is not purely instinctive and his basic nature is not an animal nature. Therefore, his behavior is not an instinctive behavior but is definitely shaped by the forces of his social and cultural environment. So he had it been operated wholly by instincts which are common and universal, all of us would have behaved all of us would have behaved almost identically. The weakness of the instinctive theory thus is fully exposed by its inability to account for the existing individual differences. Such is it no? Is it right or no? Is it correct? Researchers done in the field of cognitive ability have clearly revealed the behavior in which the higher intellectual faculties are involved cannot be explained in terms of instinctive behavior. The thinking, reasoning, and problem solving behavior cannot be explained as the inert machine like operation of the innate instincts. Although a man interacts with his environment with the help of his innate potentiality for the solution of his problem and satisfaction of his needs, he is identically helped in doing so by his cognitive abilities, supported by the experience he gained from his environment, and therefore he how and why of man's behavior are definitely guided by factors other than the innate instincts and other tendencies he possesses. So, in spite of all criticism of instinct theory by McDougall, criticism leveled against it, the instinctive theory as a theory of motivation has not altogether lost ground. It is still regarded as an important theory to explain the how and the why of human behavior. The ethologists like Lawrence and Tybregan have recently added a new dimension to this theory by evolving the concept of imprinting and specific behavior occurrence of a particular type of fixed action pattern distinct from chains of reflexes and the usual instinctive behavior quite independent of any previous experience, imitation or training, etc., etc. The evidence of this species specific behavior have been found in behavior like nesting and care of the young, courtship and sexual behavior, food seeking, hiding and avoidance of danger, etc. Among the different instincts, bird and animal species and races of human beings. So, this is the theory, first theory of the instinct. So, another theory is incentive. So, incentive theory is that it proposed the behavior is motivated by the pull of external goals such as rewards, money, recognition. It's easy to think of many situations in which a particular goals such as promotion at work can serve as an external incentive that helps activate particular behaviors. So, these are the theories. ಇನ್ ಕನ್ನಡ ಅಭಿಪ್ರೇರಣೆ ಸಿದ್ಧಾಂತಗಳು ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಅಭಿಪ್ರೇರಣೆ ಸಿದ್ಧಾಂತಗಳು ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಈ ಒಂದು ಮಾನವನ ಅಥವಾ ಜೀವಿಯ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿತ್ವವನ್ನು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಕ್ಕೆ ಅವನು ಯಾವ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಚೋದನೆಗೆ ಒಳಗಾಗಿದ್ದಾನೆ, ಯಾವ ಒಂದು ಅಭಿಪ್ರೇರಣೆಗೆ ಒಳಗಾಗಿ ಈ ಥರ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾನೆ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ನಾವು ಕಂಡುಕೊಳ್ಳೋಕೆ ಅಷ್ಟು ಸುಲಭವಾದ ಕೆಲಸವಲ್ಲ. ಅದು ಸುಲಭದ ಮಾತಲ್ಲ, ಅಸುಲಭ. ಸೊ ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಕೆಲವು ಮನೋವಿಜ್ಞಾನಿಗಳು ತನ್ನದೇ ಆದಂಥ ಸಿದ್ಧಾಂತಗಳನ್ನು ರೂಪಿಸಿ ಆ ಸಿದ್ಧಾಂತಗಳ ಮುಖಾಂತರ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಯ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿತ್ವ ಅಥವಾ ವರ್ತನೆ, ಯಾವ ಪ್ರಚೋದನೆ, ಯಾವ ಒಂದು ಅಭಿಪ್ರೇರಣೆಯ ಮೂಲಕ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದನ್ನು ನಮಗೆ ಕೊಡುಗೆಯಾಗಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಪ್ರತಿಪಾದಿಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಮೊಟ್ಟ ಮೊದಲಿಗೆ ಹೇಳೋದಾದರೆ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಡೂಗಲ್ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥವರ ಸಿದ್ಧಾಂತ. ಮೊಟ್ಟ ಮೊದಲನೇ ಸಿದ್ಧಾಂತ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಡೂಗಲ್ ಅವರ ಸಿದ್ಧಾಂತ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಹೇಳಬಹುದು. ಸೊ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಡೂಗಲ್ ಅವರು ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಂಕ್ಟ್ ಥಿಯರಿ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮೊಟ್ಟ ಮೊದಲಿಗೆ ನಮಗೆ ಕೊಡುಗೆಯಾಗಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಆ ಕೊಡುಗೆಗಳು ಅವಕ್ಕೆ ಮೊದಲನೇ ಕೊಡುಗೆಗಳು ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಹೇಳಬಹುದು. ಅವರ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಎಷ್ಟೇ ಕ್ರಿಟಿಸಿಸಮ್ ಆದರೂ ಕೂಡ, ಅಂದರೆ ವಿಮರ್ಶೆಗೆ ಒಳಪಟ್ಟರೂ ಕೂಡ, ಆ ಒಂದು ಸಿದ್ಧಾಂತ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಂಕ್ಟ್ ಸಿದ್ಧಾಂತ ಏನಿದೆ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಡೂಗಲ್ ಅವ್ರದ್ದು, ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಒಂದು ವಿಮರ್ಶೆಗೆ ಒಳಗಾದರೂ ಕೂಡ ಇಂದಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಅವುಗಳನ್ನು ನಾವು ಬಳಸ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ಈ ಒಂದು ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಅಧಿವೇಶನದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ನೀವು ಅಭಿಪ್ರೇರಣೆಯ ಸಿದ್ಧಾಂತಗಳು, ಯಾಕೆ ಅಭಿಪ್ರೇರಣೆ ಸಿದ್ಧಾಂತಗಳು ಬಂದುವು, ಯಾಕೆ ಈ ಸಿದ್ಧಾಂತಗಳ ರೂಪಿಸಲಾಯಿತು, ಈ ಸಿದ್ಧಾಂತಗಳೆಂದರೇನು ಅಂದರೆ ಯಾಕೆ ಬೇಕು, ಅವುಗಳನ್ನು ಯಾರು ಸಿದ್ಧಾಂತಗಳನ್ನು ಮೊಟ್ಟ ಮೊದಲಿಗೆ ರೂಪಿಸಿದರು, ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಸಿದ್ಧಾಂತಗಳನ್ನು ನಾವು ಇವಾಗ ಈ ಒಂದು ಅಧಿವೇಶನದಲ್ಲಿ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಂಡಿವಿ. ಅಂದರೆ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಂಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಇನ್ಸೆಂಟಿವ್ ಸಿದ್ಧಾಂತಗಳಾಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಒಂದು ಅಧಿವೇಶನದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ನೀವು ಕಂಡುಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ತಮಗೂ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅನ್ಕೋತೀನಿ. ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರುವ ಮಾಹಿತಿಯ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಥೇರೀಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಈ ಒಂದು ಮೋಟಿವೇಶನ್, ಅಭಿಪ್ರೇರಣೆ ಸಿದ್ಧಾಂತಗಳು, ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಡೂಗಲ್ ಸಿದ್ಧಾಂತಗಳಾಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಂಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಇನ್ಸೆಂಟಿವ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಆನ್ ದ ಬೇಸಿಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೈ ನಾಲೆಜ್, ಮೈ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್, learning experience, best of my knowledge, I presented in front you, I presented the theories of motivation in front of you, like incentive theory, instinct theory, whatever best of my knowledge ಅಂತ ಹೇಳುತ್ತಾ, ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರುವ ಆಧಾರದ ಮೇಲೆ, ನನ್ನ ಮಾಹಿತಿಯ ಆಧಾರದ ಮೇಲೆ, ನನ್ನ ಅನುಭವದ ಜ್ಞಾನದ ಆಧಾರದ ಮೇಲೆ ತಮ್ಮ ಮುಂದೆ ಈ ಸಿದ್ಧಾಂತಗಳನ್ನು, ಈ ಸಿದ್ಧಾಂತ ಎಂದರೇನು, ಯಾಕೆ ಸಿದ್ಧಾಂತ ಬಂತು, ಅಭಿಪ್ರೇರಣೆ ಸಿದ್ಧಾಂತಗಳು ಬರಲು ಕಾರಣಗಳೇನು ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥವು ತಮ್ಮ ಮುಂದೆ ನಾನು ಪ್ರದರ್ಶನ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಅಲ್ಪ ಮಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರುವ ಜ್ಞಾನದ ಆಧಾರದ ಮೇಲೆ ತಮ್ಮ ಮುಂದೆ ಹಂಚಿಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಅದನ್ನು ತಾವು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಇಷ್ಟೊತ್ತು ಕೂತು ಸಮಾಧಾನವಾಗಿ ನನ್ನ ಒಂದು ಈ ಅಭಿಪ್ರೇರಣೆ ಸಿದ್ಧಾಂತವನ್ನು ಆಲಿಸಿದ್ದೀರಿ. ಅದಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಕೃತಜ್ಞತೆಗಳನ್ನು ಸಲ್ಲಿಸುತ್ತಾ, ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳನ್ನು ಹೇಳುತ್ತಾ, ನನ್ನ ಆತ್ಮೀಯ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಕೊನೆಯ ಮಾತನ್ನು ಹೇಳುತ್ತಾ, ನನ್ನ ಆತ್ಮೀಯ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳನ್ನು ತಿಳಿಸುತ್ತಾ ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಈ ಅಧಿವೇಶನವನ್ನು ನಾನು ಮುಗಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಧನ್ಯವಾದ.